Hello and welcome in to a bit of a talk about Season 9. One second, I'm kind of... God, this desk feels... Sorry, I've been outside touching grass so long I forgot what it was like to be on the desk. Welcome in, though, to Season 9, or should I say a show to discuss a little bit about what we've got coming up for Season 9. And to do that, I've got two glorious people alongside me. It's Arvi and Aaron joining me on the set today. Arvi in charge of the brand and production side of things, and Aaron is our latest league commissioner. I said latest, but I mean, we've only had a couple. But yeah, the newest league commissioner to the league. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
How are you finding things so far?
Oh, I love being back in esports. It's where I started at high res, did a brief tour of duty in back office, and I am ready to be back more than anything.
Good, and hopefully we get things moving in the right direction even more so than we've had already. So, on to things, and I'm going to waste your time at home because World Championships are right around the corner. Season 9, though, back on LAN, Aaron. I believe we are going to go with the same thing we did this year. All players here is the plan.
Yep, that's the plan. Bring all the players in, and we are ready to go for LAN. We are super confident in our protocol and visas, and everything is set.
Okay. So we shouldn't have a real issue getting players into the country. Obviously, we've got to kind of allow for the state of the world every time, of course, if there is border closing. But at the moment, visa process is good, and we're looking solid for a Season 9, everybody on LAN.
You got it.
All right, that's great. Great to hear on that, first of all. Second up, Arvi, I'm coming to you for this one.
All right.
Because I know you're more excited than most on this because you know what it means. We're doing play-ins for the SPL this year.
We are. Play-ins are back, and I'm so excited about it. So basically, the way this is going to work for Season 9, we're going to use sort of the same roster application process that we did use in Season 8.
Yeah.
But we're only going to select 5, maybe 6 teams from those roster applications, and then everybody else will have to enter a play-in bracket, which I believe is 10 teams, Aaron?
Yeah, should be 10 teams.
And we are going to choose 2 to 3 teams based on where they place in that bracket, and those are going to be the folks who make the final cut for SPL.
So the idea would be we qualify 5 or 6 of the best teams, and if we've got teams on the cusp that we're not sure are caliber for the SPL, kind of like we did last year, well, you know what we do? We're going to throw them in a tournament and have them playing, so no one could complain about their team could have made it, because I guarantee you the teams that are down there probably wouldn't have. Bit rude, I know, but that's just me. Anyway, moving on, that's play-ins are back. New season, new SPL schedule. Arvi, what does that mean?
Yes, so we have revamped our roadmap for Season 9. We got a lot of feedback from the community this year that, regular season felt a little bit too long in terms of phase play. Our playoff events didn't feel meaningful or different enough from SPL. And we also wanted to sort of clarify the qualification path to Worlds, because we do realize that the way that we did it this year was maybe a little bit confusing for our viewers. So the biggest changes that we're making in Season 9 is we're going to sort of shorten those phases a little bit, and we're going to introduce a sort of different playoff event that has some cross-league play opportunities. And last but certainly not least, we will make a much clearer and perhaps much longer qualification path to Worlds.
And all that stuff will be made available to you. We'll obviously, after the show and a blog and stuff, we'll be giving more information on that, just exactly how that new schedule looks. You did mention the World Championships a little bit. Let me just clear something up for you boys and girls at home real quick. So Season 9 World Championships, guys, we wanted Season 8 to be, honestly, on a live event too, with fans all around us as always. We care about it just as much as you guys coming out and seeing us live too. Obviously, the plan for Season 9, up in the air, if I'm honest, when it comes to the World Championships. It's going to really come down to the state of the world and what we can do best to basically protect everybody involved in the production, as well as the players, and as well as you guys at home coming out to us. So honestly, as the season progresses next year, we will give you updates about what the state of affairs is with the World Championships, and more importantly, how many fans we can get out, because honestly, we're gonna try our best to do whatever we can. Just bear with us, because the world is evolving every day, as you guys know, so we're just gonna be evolving with it. The plan though is we want fans there with us next year. If that happens, good. If it doesn't, you'll understand why, and we'll give you explanation. That's it for Season 9 Worlds for now though. I'm moving swiftly on to more about SPL though, Aaron. Pay structure changes towards coaches, I believe. There's a bit of a change there. Tell us more about it.
So player pay structure will not be changing. However, we've heard a lot of feedback from coaches and the community about the coach pay structure, right? So the good news is coach salary will be increasing this year, and coaches will also be receiving a prizing share percentage of prizing from their teams.
Now, I will say real quick on that, like a lot of people don't really know exactly what coaches get up to as much. Is there more idea of like how this could help that to be like formed?
Yeah, so I think the coach role as it is now in the SPL is sort of a holdover from the old organizational structure of having these orgs come in and play, and the coach was sort of a conduit between the org and the players, and I don't think that translated very well over to the no org structure.
Sure.
So the plan is we're going to try to bring the coach in to be a bit more of a conduit to high res and to the league ops department, and be more of that team manager, team captain sort of role. So we're not going to, force a team captain in that sort of role. However, with the coach, not necessarily every team I think has found a use for a coach, and so sort of forcing that coach role maybe also wasn't super helpful to a team competitively, right? If they didn't really feel like that coach meant something to their team, we're going to be giving teams the option to not select a coach for this upcoming season.
Understandable. I mean, I think for the most part, talking about the coach a little bit more, we all know the players that watch it regularly, the fans that watch regularly, know the real difference between the coaches of like, Roe and Biggie, like some of the more behind the scenes mental aspects of it. But then there's more hands-on picks and ban styles like the Alpha Jackals of days gone past and the likes. So it does make sense to give them some sort of regiment to an extent of like expectation of what a coach should do.
Right.
Okay, but with that, they do get a bit of a bonus too, so that's good news for the coaches. Honestly, overall, I'm just looking at my notes now to see what's up next. What is up next after the coaches? It's SCC talk, Harvey. Tell me more. What's the plan with SCC next year?
So SCC is actually going to be one of our biggest focuses heading into Season 9. We feel like SPL is in a really, really good spot. We're super happy with how things went in Season 8, COVID aside, being what it is. But, with SPL being a little bit more stabilized, and with us being now a year in to having team brands that we brought in ourselves, we are sort of turning our focus towards SCC. And we want to make sure that we formalize this league, we stabilize it the way that we stabilized SPL, and we also want to make sure that we are giving them more cross-league play opportunities. So one of our biggest focuses, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, we're going to be doing more cross-league playoff events. So SEC is going to have a lot more opportunity to compete alongside their SPL counterparts. And we just want to make sure that we are training up that next generation of superstars.
Definitely, and I'm touching on that a little bit more about the SEC too. Obviously, competition-wise, we'll see these guys come out a little bit more often to play against the SPL guys, but also some branding changes are going to be happening to the SEC too. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yes, I am super, super excited about this one. So we are a year into having our own SPL team brands, and it's been pretty successful by all metrics. Our fans have really started to engage with those brands, and the players seem very happy with the benefit of having everything come in-house. So we are going to do exactly the same thing with SEC. Gone are the days of HP OfficeJet printer at 6590 whatever.
We'll miss them.
Yep. Rest in peace. But we are going to be bringing all of our SCC team brands in-house. We are going to be creating team names, team logos, team identities, and we will be assigning them out to SCC teams similar to what we did for SPL.
So we're not going to be picking the team or anything like that. We're not going to be organizing that. They're still going to play into the, to the SCC as they normally would. Only thing that's going to change is we're not going to let them name themselves, but at the same time, it's going to organize things a little bit better on that front, right?
Yeah, it's going to help us a lot, especially with our in-game integrations for
point.
SCC. Yeah, so because we are having so many more cross-league events in Season 9, one thing we wanted to make sure was that in-game integrations, esports voting specifically, is going to be a much smoother process and is going to have as many issues as it had this year. So formalizing those team names is going to help us a lot. We'll be able to better integrate them into our voting systems and hopefully have a smoother process overall.
And I guess that's it for SEC for the most part. There's a lot of announcements for SEC, if I'm honest.
We got broadcast and social still.
We do? I thought you had already covered that just then. When you were talking about them getting the brand and stuff. So what happens in broadcast? I mean, I guess in broadcast, I should touch on that. You're right. Yep. We will be doing the SEC in studio more often is the plan.
Yes, more SEC broadcasts in studio. Every SEC match that gets played gets broadcast right here on this desk. We are going to be bringing all of those broadcasts back in-house in part of our efforts to sort of formalize and professionalize the league. And we're also going to be scaling up how we support these leagues on social media and how we market them. So one of our big changes is we're going to be designating a match of the week for every week of SEC, and that match is going to see a lot of extra promotion on social media and in other areas, potentially even in-game promo, so that people have a better opportunity to connect with those teams, follow their narratives throughout the year, and then hopefully follow them as they who knows, potentially qualify for Worlds, potentially SPL.
Well, some of those teams can get up there sometimes. We see them now and again, and maybe next year we'll see them in there after the SEC too. And then after SEC, I should say, SMITE Open Circuit, the SOC. It's the other league that we do run on a regular occasion here. Aaron, tell me a little bit. Is there anything changing there?
You know, if SOC ain't broke, why fix it? You know, I think the SOC we saw worked out pretty well this year, and I don't see any reason to change it. Let's leave it exactly as it was. Obviously, schedule will change as needed, but I think we're going to see pretty much the same format, same pricing, same sort of SEC, SOC relegations again this season.
And I think the thing with the SOC, like you mentioned there, like the big thing is we actually saw some of the teams from the SOC have a good chance at making Worlds this year, and so that'll be the same thing going into Season 9, that we want to have that path available to them, but also, you know, the regular play area for those teams to pick up and play with each other.
Right.
That sounds great. Okay, what else have we got? Is that it? Are we done? Can we go?
I think that's it.
I think that's
Is it time to go and
we're
watch the
good.
World Championships?
It's time.
Yeah, I mean, Worlds is going on.
time.
Why are we still sitting here?
I'm excited. First of all, thanks very much for joining me, Arvin and Aaron, as well.
Thank you.
Obviously, you guys at home, though, if you're tuning in and watching at home right now, please don't be scared to reach out to us. Also, check out the esports website for all more information about everything we just discussed here. This was kind of a bit of a synopsis, sit down to let you guys at home know what's going on. But if you check out the website, you'll get more information and can always reach out to us. For now, though, enough of our stupid faces. Let's get on with the SWC.